Every sunrise paints the same promise across the sky. Yet for some, it's a canvas for a life unlived. What if a simple act of kindness was the very thing a lonely soul, swimming in oceans of wealth, had been searching for? Prepare to have your perceptions shattered and your faith in serendipity restored. Our tale begins in the heart of the daily grind. Behind the polished oak counter stood Elara Vance, a woman whose passion was painting murals, but whose reality was pouring coffee. Miles away, in a penthouse office that touched the clouds, sat Julian Thorne, CEO of Thorne Innovations, a titan of finance. He was profoundly, achingly lonely, yearning for genuine connection, for someone to see the man beneath the billion-dollar fortune. One blustery Tuesday morning, Julian, craving anonymity, walked into Elara's cafe. He ordered a simple black coffee and a blueberry scone. "That'll be $7.25. Julian swiped his sleek card. Payment declined. He fumbled, embarrassed, a feeling he hadn't experienced in years. Elara, noticing his discomfort, saw not a powerful soul, but simply a man in an awkward situation. Without a second thought, she reached into her tip jar. "Don't worry about it," she said. "My treat. Consider a random act of kindness." Julian was stunned by the purity of the gesture. He retreated to a table, his eyes fixed on Elara. He watched her genuine smile and authentic humanity. He realized with a jolt that he didn't just want to pay her back. He wanted to understand the source of that unbought kindness. The next day, and the day after that, Julian returned. He became Van, a quiet, observant regular. Elara, at first, didn't recognize him, but Van gradually became a familiar, comforting presence. Their connection deepened one afternoon when Julian observed Elara sketching a mural idea. He walked over, a rare boldness taking hold. "Is that a cross-hatching technique you're using?" he asked. Elara was surprised he knew about art. They talked for an hour about composition and color. Elara felt a spark. Van was insightful and truly saw her art. Their conversations moved beyond the cafe walls to walks in the park and visits to galleries. Julian, always dressed simply, left his corporate world behind. Elara found his company invigorating. He listened intently and remembered small details about her dreams. He was just Van, a man who loved art, good coffee, and her company. One evening, as they walked, Julian stopped. "I want to help you achieve your dream," he said, taking her hands. "I want to commission you to paint a mural on a grand scale, on the side of the Thorne Innovations building." Elara gasped, "But that's huge." "I'm just a barista." Julian smiled. "No, Elara, you are an artist, and you deserve the biggest canvas." The next day, Elara arrived at the Thorne Innovations headquarters. As she was escorted through the gleaming lobby, she found Julian in a magnificent conference room. Not Van, the quiet regular, but Julian Thorne, the formidable CEO. "You're a billionaire?" she whispered, confusion and a hint of betrayal clouding her eyes. Julian walked towards her, his voice laced with regret. "My name is Julian Thorne. I own this company. I didn't pretend, Elara. I was just Van. The man you saw, the man you treated with kindness. That's genuinely me. That simple act of paying for my coffee was the most real thing that had happened to me in years. I needed to know if someone could truly see me without the glare of my fortune. And you did. Is it real for you?" Elara looked at him. She saw the sincerity and vulnerability. She realized the money didn't change a man who shared her love for art. "It was real, Van." "Julian," she corrected herself gently. "It was very real. The money doesn't change who you were to me." She took his hand. "So about that mural, I have some ideas." Months later, the side of the Thorne Innovations building shimmered with Elara's masterpiece, a sprawling mural depicting human connection. At the grand unveiling, Julian stood beside Elara, introducing her as the woman who showed me the true meaning of connection. Later that evening, in a quiet corner, Julian knelt. "Elara," he said, pulling out a small velvet box. "That first cup of coffee you paid for, it was priceless. It opened my eyes and my heart. Will you do me the honor of being my wife and sharing a lifetime of honest moments? Just like that first one, Ilara didn't hesitate. Yes, she whispered. 1,000 times, yes. Their story became a legend whispered through the city, a reminder that true wealth lies not in bank accounts, but in the richness of the heart. She paid for his coffee, unaware he was a billionaire searching for love, and in doing so, she gave him in herself a love that saw beyond labels, straight into the heart of who they truly were.